You're doing great, buddy.
Let them out.
Doing great. All right, going to find Mom.
The first of many videos for you, sir.
All right. Where's Mom? Good morning, buddy. Are you sleeping? Your hat fell off. Gotta see if I could change your diaper. Oh, are you waking up? I didn't think you were actually gonna wake up. Oh. Hello, handsome.
Get Dad resting up after a hard night of labor and delivery.
Hey.
Just kidding, just kidding. I do like that they have the chair and the bed here though. That's pretty cool. So you've got a choice. Which one's most comfortable?
I didn't know that was the comment. That wasn't.
They're like, one's a 2 out of 10, one's a 3 out of 10. Which one's a little bit better?
I sleep on the bed.
Okay.
But holding
I sleep on a bed too.
Holding him. This is really nice though to hold him.
So we have a baby.
Oh,
He's
man,
so
I know.
tiny. I'm really not sure what all happened in the last, well, the vlog that we put up last. Whatever went up before this was probably really kind of crazy because the labor was nuts.
Oh,
and
we
the
didn't
delivery-
expect it to be like 30 hours.
And I was so out of it with all the drugs. I mean, literally was on so many medications. And the actual delivery of him was like kind of crazy too. And I was out of it. And then when he was born, they like immediately, Jeff and the baby immediately went to the NICU because he was like having a hard time breathing. So I actually, like, aside from having him on my chest while I was out of it anyway for a few minutes, didn't even get to hold him or like look at him before they took him. So it was like crazy.
Yeah.
And then they gave me more medication. Out of it, we were separated for 3-4 hours.
Yeah, it was like 3.5 hours.
And I kind of woke up. I'm in a new room. So basically, I don't know if you want to give them a quick little.
Oh, okay.
So
here's the tour. There's a little sink. And most of us hooked up to that machine for the last 24 or 30, longer than that. You were hooked up to that machine for a couple days.
yeah, so this is the next day. So I was
Yeah.
on so many medications and drugs and stuff that he was born at like 1 or 2 in the morning. So like this is now like the next full day because we were both out of it completely, and
Yeah.
I was on like IV medications in this room recovering. So today's like our first like day that we're actually feeling
Well, it's the first day you're awake.
yeah, like people. Well, I mean,
And he's wiggling around a little bit, but he's sleeping.
So
Oh,
baby-
he's a little
I
squincher
know,
face.
I know. So baby info update. So he's very, very tiny. We were expecting him to be small the whole time. If you guys watched the vlogs, like, you know, like we were worried about like IUGR and placenta accreta and other placenta issues and bleeding and stuff for me. It looks like they were right. The MRI was right about the accreta. It wasn't that, so I didn't have unnecessary bleeding, but they also had like blood transfusion people ready, and they also
And they gave you some sort of medication to maybe.
like they gave me medication
so
like
you didn't bleed.
right, and they were very careful about the delivery, and they took a long time and used an ultrasound when they were delivering the placenta, and the placenta came out and it was weird for sure. Like it was, the cord looked tiny, they said, and it was like a weird shape, and so they sent it out actually to get tested and evaluated. So like hopefully we'll have some more information about like what exactly was wrong with like this whole pregnancy. It'll just be interesting to see what comes back from that. But he is only 5 pounds. Like
Yeah,
only
he's
5
a
pounds.
little-
Like barely over 5 pounds. So at 38 weeks.
But
which
he's doing good.
What do they call it? Small for gestational
Age.
Yeah. So
But he did some tinkles and he did some little tar poops.
he did. So he's
So
been
he's good.
peeing and pooping, which is great. He's been aggressively attempting to breastfeed. There's not really like any milk for him yet. But he has a great like
Get it, buddy.
he's doing it. And he's so cute. I mean, aside from being half the size of our other babies, which literally is mind blowing, his little feet too. Let's see if we can show him the little feet. How little. Look how tiny he is.
He's like, Mom.
He's so tiny. He's so cute. Like, so, like, look at his face.
Oh,
It's
he's
so
a
cute.
little mano.
He kind of looks like how Gemma and Gwyneth looked when they were born. So I feel like he has more of like the features that they have. He has similar hair to like how Gemma did.
Let's leave it. I don't think
I'll
that's
just pull
fine.
back just a little sneak peek. Just a little sneak. See how it's like brown peach fuzzy?
Yeah.
But what we think, is because from what happened with Gemma, because she's so blonde now, because he doesn't have any eyebrows or eyelashes, and neither did she, is that we think that it'll be the similar situation with him, and that this will fall out, and he's going to be super blonde.
But also Gemma, she had a lot more hair, I think.
Hers is more in the front. His is more of like a Friar Tuck situation.
He's more of a gentleman.
It's like, right, his is more like the back.
Party in the back.
But yes, Gemma had more like up here. But I think it's gonna be blonde. So anybody that was following the whole Instagram, we did like a poll where we were like, and put out like our guesses for his hair color. I think it's gonna end up blonde. So we'll probably talk more like either in another video, or maybe I'll sit down when we get home and like explain more about like what was going on like during the labor and like delivery and everything. I didn't have a C-section. Obviously, if you guys watch the delivery video, I'm not sure how much footage we're actually
I don't know.
keep
It was
because-
tough. So I gotta say too, like the moment we're trying to capture, at least I was and Melissa wanted, was like when Melissa meets the baby.
But
And it
like,
was
mostly
tough. You
for
didn't
us.
really get to meet
I didn't,
him.
and that was like actually.
And
pretty
actually you
traumatic.
said they didn't put him on your chest. They actually just put him on your belly. And they were just
Yeah.
shaking him around because of the magnesium. They even said that. So they had a whole pediatric team in the delivery room.
Yeah.
And they were like super jostling him, like, "Hey, wake up, buddy. Good morning."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like the magnesium makes Melissa out of it, and also the baby. And then he was
And he
having
also
trouble
couldn't breathe.
breathing. So then they hooked him up to a thing on his nose, and they put a tube down his throat. And essentially, he was like bubbling out of his mouth a little bit.
If you have a little clip
And
you have on your
stuff,
phone or
I'm
something,
sure I
maybe
do.
Maybe you can put it
Yeah.
in so they can see what that looks like.
Doing good, buddy. You're being tough.
But yeah.
But yeah, we didn't.
It was traumatic. Like I didn't even hold him until I was in this room. So they moved me
Yeah.
rooms. He was out of the NICU, and he was probably 4 hours old.
Hey, buddy. He's like, Dad, I am tired right now.
But even then, like I said, we were really out of it. I feel better this morning. I woke up. I like immediately felt better because they took out the magnesium in the middle of the
at
night.
like midnight they took off
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that today is going to be a really good day of snuggles, and we're going to try to get some little pictures of him so we can send them to the girls because we're, an hour and a half away from them. And they are going to have a stay for a couple days, like longer than we would normally, to watch him and to watch me because of my situation. They want me to follow up with a doctor for my eye to make sure that my blood pressure and eye pressure.
And that's why you're on the magnesium, right? Was for
The magnesium
stroke
was for blood pressure.
and
for
blood pressure.
Yeah, and then because my
Or
blood pressure
seizure
spikes.
or something.
Seizures and blood
All
pressure.
blood pressure related stuff.
Yeah. Well, and then the eye thing was different, but that
Yeah.
the magnesium they said was to prevent like preeclampsia symptoms because once I got this last couple days, we were been in and out of L&D. My blood pressure, which is normally really low, went high like just the last couple days. But then since I've delivered, it's already back to like 90s over 60s.
Yeah.
Like it immediately was like you're fine.
Immediately fixed.
Immediately fixed. But the doctor said that blood pressure in that pregnancy, especially like this, like what happened to me, is common, but it also is like, it happens at the end. It has to do with the placenta,
Yeah.
which we already know is wonky. So, I know he's so cute. He's so cute and so tiny. He's seriously half the size. Like Gabrielle was like 9 pounds when she was born, and he's like barely 5 pounds. Like it's so crazy to hold a baby this tiny. I mean, they're gonna be like girls are so excited, but when we bring him home, like he's like gonna be like a little doll to them.
Yeah.
Because he's like so ridiculously small. And we have him in extra blankets and jammies. Like we had him wrapped in the hospital ones overnight. But
Yeah.
they said because he has like pretty much no body fat that we need to keep his hats on, and he's got mittens and long sleeves and blankets to regulate his body temperature. And we're gonna have to keep him warm like that for probably at least the first couple weeks because he needs to put on some meat.
Put on a little milk meat.
Yeah, they said his body
Bulk
fat
up.
is like he doesn't have any.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now that he's in control of his own diet and not we're not dealing with some placenta cord issue, hopefully he beefs up pretty quick.
So Melissa is feeding the baby right now. It is about 2 o'clock, and the baby was born yesterday at 1 o'clock in the morning.
and yesterday was really like a dream. I think we've already talked about this a little bit, but Melissa was in labor for, I don't know, 30 something hours. So it was way different than all of the other, I guess, all the expectations that I had for having a baby. This one was completely different, and Melissa was really out of it with, some of the different drugs they had to put her on. And we really weren't ready for any of this. I know that sounds silly, having been, Melissa was pregnant for 38 weeks, but we expected to be in the hotel for a couple days, 7 days, and we were gonna, talk about the baby's name and relax, and we came up and went to the first appointment, and then it was boom, over to the ER, and then over to the delivery room, so it was crazy. Melissa she was like, it's like run, when we got transferred to the delivery, they were like, they changed her from the ER over to the delivery room, and it was probably like 10 or 11 at night. So I ran over to the hotel, which is only 10 minutes away, and the whole trip was like maybe 30 minutes. But still, I went to the hotel and checked out and got our bags and stuff. I was still like super worried that the baby was gonna come quick, because he's only, he's like, we knew he was little, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get the stuff and check it out, and I was kind of freaking out a little bit. But got back, and then the baby didn't come for, over 24 hours. So, going into labor on Melissa's birthday, which is June 2nd, we thought for sure June 3rd, but it ended up being June 4th.
How you guys doing?
He just finished eating. Look how cute he is.
Little cutie cadootie.
So something that I wanted to show on camera, just because I will forget probably later, but I wanted you guys to see his head. Do you want to show how he has that little hematoma?
Yeah.
The pediatrician came in and said that he was born he was facing up, and then he came out kind of sideways apparently, so it caused some bleeding on his skull. Not
yeah,
that's not
just,
underneath,
it's
but
just pressure and swollen.
Right. They said it could last a while, but he otherwise
it's
was
not
doing really
super
well.
noticeable when you can see it up close. You can tell, but
he's been a champ at trying to eat. I feel like milk's
yeah. He called your milk in. He called in the milk
he's
train.
Faster, because I'm all of a sudden really thirsty and starving.
Favorite
Jeff
chips?
found some chips that were supposed to be a hotel snack, and I'm like, give me those while we're waiting for lunch. And we didn't order lunch earlier. It's 2:00 now, so we're trying to I don't know, trying to get some food sent in. It's been kind of a hectic day with all the doctors and stuff coming in. I feel like every 15 minutes somebody's speaking in. Jeff was trying to talk in the last clip, and the lactation person peeked her head in.
Came in.
It's so funny. Yesterday, the girl came in, and I don't think she knew that we had 5 other kids. And then she was like, oh, that's right. You've had a million kids.
Jeez, I wrote down their names, and I forgot.
Yeah.
But she was great.
Speaking of names.
Speaking of great doctors.
Oh, all the doctors are fantastic.
For the record, holy cow.
And nurses have been
everybody.
Everybody's been phenomenal. We are kind of probably.
I think we got the name. We don't, but we do.
We maybe.
We don't, but we do.
We'll probably wait till we get home to tell it, announce it officially. Just kind of, we'll want to feel it out.
I don't actually remember the last thing we talked about because it's been a long day, but we did call the family and let them know the baby's name, which we're not talking about right now.
No,
but we
probably
just
in the next video. We just decided.
We just decided
on what we're what it's gonna be, and he just ate. Aww. So he's hanging out, sleeping.
Little man.
Oh, look, he got this ear hair from his dad.
Oh, good. Or maybe it's just fuzz.
I tried to clean myself up a little bit, but we weren't expecting to have the baby so quickly.
I was wanting to get my nails, I always have this preparation, before I have any baby, I'll I'll wash and blow dry my hair and do my nails, or go get a pedicure, shave my legs, all the stuff that I won't be doing for a while. And I did not get a chance to do that because this was a really unexpected early-ish delivery.
You look glamorous.
But I feel not cute. Because I was going to go, I said, in my head I was oh, we're going to be in the city for a couple days. I'm going to do my hair, paint my nails, all the things. And
Gotta get my hair done.
Right? And it just didn't happen that way. So it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Not a big deal, but it's just funny because we were talking about when they admitted us to have the baby, how weird it was.
It was all just so fast.
It was super fast, and then we were just not prepared. I mean, obviously we're prepared to have a baby, obviously, but Like we weren't like prepared to have the baby, like,
Right.
right then.
Right.
Like if that makes
Not like
sense.
literally
like,
now.
Not like literally
Like, yeah,
right
we
now.
could do it with a baby.
Like we could have the baby,
Right.
but like
Not
they're
the-
like, no, you're gonna have
No,
the baby.
no, here he is.
Right.
Oh.
That's
well, in
like the
that
best way to
case,
explain it is we just
yeah.
were like not emotionally prepared for it to be like right then.
And then, so I think we already said this a little bit, but so it was like, oh, he's gonna be here like right now, and then it was like the longest labor. So it was
Oh.
like, we're not ready yet, but he's coming. So then I like,
Right.
we're ready. Like I was ready. I was like, oh, he's coming right now. Hand him to me. Let's
Yeah.
go. But then it was.
Well, that's the thing,
not
because
it.
even the nurses and doctors were like, oh, so like we're just gonna have him right now, and they're like, they acted like we all were acting like it was gonna be like
oh, just
hours,
hand him to us.
and then it ended up being this like prolonged,
It was a long labor.
really rough, drawn out. I'm loopy on a bunch of drugs, like babies having issues. I've never had a labor like that, so it was just crazy that happened. And then by the end of it, I was so out of it and so tired and so much pain that like I was like, I have to deliver this baby now. Like I just remember like I was like, what? Like I don't know.
Yeah, they're like push, and you're like, what?
I'm like, I have to do what? I have to like.
You're like, I've been awake on
I've been
medication
awake for 4 days.
Oh my gosh.
So it was rough, but maybe we'll make a video, like a sit down video separately, just kind of going over like everything.
When we
'Cause
have a
there's,
clear
like,
head.
Right, because I'm off the magnesium now. They're not going to let me take the IV out until I leave the hospital though. So they have to keep that in just in case, but I'm off the meds that like make you fuzzy,
Yeah.
which is really good. It's going to take a while to get like completely worked out of both of our systems, but I mean, I feel so much, I almost immediately felt so much better like once they were done with it. So
That's good.
hopefully that continues to improve.
I know it seems early, but we're winding down. It's like 6:30. Just got a little dinner delivered. And little man is chilling with mama.
I tried to get him to lay down in his little thing, but he didn't.
He immediately was like, no, Mom,
No.
I can't feel you.
But we been snuggling. And yeah, we just ate.
Yeah,
This
it was
hospital
good.
that we're at has
Really good
like
food.
actually really good food. It's like you order it off a menu, and it's all super healthy. So it's like, oh, chicken breast and broccoli and salmon fillet, like
And beans and yeah,
like
it's really
I've
good.
had they have all these little trays of like fruit and vegetables. So I've just been eating like pineapple and veggies, and like it's been actually really awesome because we've never delivered here before. We're at a hospital in San Francisco right now, so
Yeah.
it's looking like it might be possible for us to maybe go home in the afternoon tomorrow, but we're not sure yet. We're gonna get more information in the morning from the doctors, so we'll see.
We'll see, buddy. Maybe you go meet your sisters, you know?
Either tomorrow or maybe the next day.
But I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Long day. We're going to try to get some rest. But thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. That'd be really cool. And you can check out the funny stuff, I guess, Melissa's putting on TikTok and all those other places. But anyway, we'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.